This video will continue the sales and operations planning model. And last time we inserted the demand and then also developed the workforce and capacity model and the production and inventory model. So the important thing here is going to be developing the cost model. So we've got several different types of cost in this model. And the first is the regular labor cost. So the regular labor cost is going to be based on the regular labor hours worked, that's what we're paying for, times the regular labor hourly rate, which is on line 8. The overtime cost. We want to make sure to base this on only the overtime hours that we assign, and those are the decision variables on line 24. And we'll multiply those times the overtime labor rate. The hiring cost is based on the number of workers hired. So that would be the workers hired times the hiring cost per worker, which can capture a lot of the cost of recruiting and training employees. There may be a cost to firing because we have to maybe pay compensation to workers that leave, and there may be a goodwill aspect to this. And so that is the total workers fired times the firing cost per worker. Now, our model will capture materials cost, and so the materials are going to be based on the units produced times the materials cost per unit. The holding cost in this case will be based on the ending inventory. So that will be ending inventory times the unit holding cost per month, which is on line 6. Now we'll go ahead and sum up these costs for the first month. And with these monthly costs summed, we can go ahead and copy this all the way across to month 12. In month 12, we'll go ahead and enter formulas that sum up each type of cost for the entire year. And we'll have a grand total of all these costs for the 12-month period. We see we've got some negative holding costs, but due to our constraints that we'll enter later, those won't be costs when we actually have the solution to the model. Now, we're interested in our unit cost as a way of expressing what it costs to produce this product, and that will be our total cost for the year divided by our total units produced. And then the labor productivity, we have an assumption for labor productivity, but this will tell us what we actually achieve, and that'll be the units produced divided by the regular labor hours plus the overtime hours assigned. And so we built in an assumption of 0.43, but what we actually end up achieving is 0.49. But that'll, of course, change when we solve the problem. So we're ready to move on and insert the constraints and solve this problem.